the P, Polonaise, right? They're very, do you know anything about the history of Poland?
No.
Do you know where Poland is on the map? Sort of thing?
Europe?
It's in Europe, but you know where in Europe? Poland is a very big country. It was a very powerful country in the middle of the 10s, like 1600 or something. But it's between what was the Russian Empire and Germany. It's close to what was France. So anyways, Poland was always being conquered by somebody. The Russians were attacking it, Napoleon, then the Germans. And so what this did is this created an extremely patriotic mentality. The Poles are very, very proud, nationalistic people because they've always been attacked, right? So this music has a little bit of a pride, right? It's not sad. It has a little bit of like I wouldn't say arrogance, because arrogance sounds like, I don't mean something negative. I just mean like, you know, like something proud. You go confident, right? Even when you do, even this kind of thing, it has this sort of confidence in it, right? So again, while you're working on this, keep that in mind. Don't go, for example, too sweet. Keep it a little bit more rhythmically tight. Go. Now a different harmony now. A bit more intense. And then notice this has no accompaniment, right? So this one could be a bit freer. Like, you know what a soliloquy is? Have you ever heard the word soliloquy? Soliloquy is like a voice in your head. Do you ever talk to yourself? Like it's like, and when you talk to yourself, usually it's preferable to do it without actually talking out loud, because it's like, it's in your head, right? This could be like a soliloquy. This is like something exterior. And now to you. It's like, and it's a different sense of time. It's more free, right? And it doesn't have a left hand. So try again, a bit faster. First, play the first note as if you're interrupting. But don't slow down. Now, interrupt. Okay, do it again. But now, on a sense, on your scale of exaggeration, do it more than what you want to do at the end. So now your exaggeration was maybe a 3. Go for an 8. Like really do a big difference between the soliloquy, the non-soliloquy, the... What's your scale of exaggeration there? What do you think it was? 5? Yeah, even like, it sounded very samey to me. Like I want it to sound like you're saying, imagine somebody in passion talking. They're saying something. Trying to make a point. Now they bring up another point. And now you're left thinking about what they just said, right? Really dramatize it as much as you can, but also pick up speed. Play it almost 70% faster. This sort of speed. 2, 3. Different. Okay, that was it. It's all very nice, but what I'm trying to get you to sort of incorporate is the need for exaggeration in your practicing, right? You're trying to be very balanced throughout, right? But the problem is that without the exaggeration, when you practice, very balanced could sound, it could turn out sounding monotonous. It could be a beautiful monotonous, but it's still sort of like all sounds the same, right? So the only way you get bigger differences is if you're used to, again, you have to exaggerate to yourself because you're going to tend, because of how you've been educated musically and everything, you're going to tend towards a little bit of understatement. You're gonna do, like, everybody has their biases, right? Others tend towards exaggeration, and I'd be saying, okay, let's tone it down because they're going to have a tendency to exaggerate, right? Your tendency is to sort of balance. And again, it's a very beautiful balance, but that's what makes it dangerous because it sounds fine. But if you really want to grow, if you really want to see how to make this sound different than how you play the nocturne, than how you play the etude, it's not just different notes, it's different everything, different approach to rhythm, different approach to sound, right? And this is what you sort of have to play around with. And also, I mean, it's enjoyable, right? You try different things, right? Now let's just do the first phrase. Let's just do that phrase. Okay, now just do that phrase. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say different moods, and you have to play it in that mood, okay? Proud. Okay, sad. Angry. Sounded like proud, angry. That's really different. That's not angry. Angry, like angry. What upsets you? Something that makes you angry to no end. There. All right, there's your expression. Siblings. Siblings are experts at this. All right. So, now, which one of those do you think is faithful to Chopin? Which one do you think is in the music? They're all there. They're all there. This is the thing. There's not just one. All of that richness is in the music. And how many times are you going to play this? Like, how many times are you doing this note in this piece? Let's count. 1 at the beginning. I'll count for you. 1 at bar 12. 2. Then bar 25. 3. Bar 37. 4. You get the point. All right? And when we come back at the end of this, bar 65. 5. Bar 77. 6. Then you have the whole, we go to there, the B major, and then after the B major, I'm sure we come back, and 169, 7, 181, 8. 8 times you have to play this. Now, you see the problem is if you only play one way, you're going to be playing one way 8 times. Each time should be different. One time should be angrier, depending on what's happening musically, of course. Or maybe after the major part, it's a little bit more reflective, a little bit sort of, I don't know, sad or whatever. The point is, you have to sort of, this is why it's important. You're going to be repeating this phrase a lot. Now, let's do it with you. No pedal. Just do that phrase. Good. Right now, try to do, remember, avoid the 4. Try to avoid 4 here. Remember? Avoid 4 here. Now, don't go on yet. Just that. Try to avoid 4 in your chords, remember? Good. Now, loop that and just play around. And say, okay, these chords were too light. Okay, now baby, where can I find the rubato, right? Loop it, do it many times. Can you walk me through your thinking process? So when you're gonna like loop it, but say out loud what you're thinking, what you're trying to correct. Okay, go ahead.
Sometimes not a little accent too.
Okay, I'm not gonna comment on anything. You just say it and go on and correct it, right?
Sometimes the third time is not what we're doing usually.
This last one sounded very good. Let's do the next two bars. Same process. Loop it. More rhythm in the left hand, more rhythmic attitude. Ba-dee-dum-bum-be-dum. Okay. So we found it sort of almost like a 2-bar swing. The first bar on 2, second bar on 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Try that. 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2. Yeah, but don't stop on 2 in the other one. Stop on 2 in the first one, on 3 in the second one, on 2 in the third one, on 3 in the fourth. 2, 2, 3. Don't stop in the other one. So when you're stopping, don't stop in the other one. So if you're going to stop on 2, don't take long to get to 2. Go T1, 2. And then don't do a slow 3. Go 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And do it that level of exaggeration. 1, 2, 2. No, so you're going to go. Now, straight to 3. 3. Now to 2. To 3. Right? Everything else straightforward. Straight through. No, then you see your 3 is slow. Da-dee-da-dam, dee-da-dee-dam. Those don't slow. You went to the 3 instead of the 2. Right? We're doing 3, 2, 3, 2. Let's try that. This is just an exercise in finding the swing. That's it. Go. Okay, go faster and longer pause. Okay, now do the same thing with pedal. Add the pedal you want to do. Now, it's a bit too much pedal, don't you think? A little bit too cathedral-y. Try it again. Okay, now tone it down. Tone it down on the rubato. Find a little bit of a middle point, especially the second one, right? So here, you're doing this almost. So now that you're exaggerated, play it at a point you're comfortable musically with. But do it. Make sure you have a little bit of this swing in there. Don't do it too straightforward. And fast. Okay. Stop for a second. Your thoughts.
It's hard to learn it.
Is that a comment? Is that a complaint? Is that a what? It's not hard to play. My thoughts. I thought that was very beautiful, but it was very different to how you played it before, musically. So this is what you have to aim for, this sort of diversity in musical approaches, right? So then when you play a nocturne, because you're doing this one, right? That's like completely different to this, right? And so you're showing different things, right? And this is just one phrase, right? And then you can go, right? And then, let me see if I can find, but play, okay, play, while I look for this, play the whole mazurka like that, or whatever you practice. This tempo, try to do some of this while you're playing. Go, while I find this. This is just back your orchestra. Now your singer's back. Well, yeah, so this is that's the rhythm. Bum, ba, bum, bum. So, just a couple of comments here. See, so look at all this interesting stuff that's happening in music. You have this, when you do, this is much more straightforward.